Hello, humans. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Pavitra Shankar, and I am a psychiatrist. And even though I talk to patients all day about how they need to have their nervous systems regulated, what they can do to just have a more mentally healthy life, it's sometimes not the case for my own self as well. And I feel like for a long period of time, I have been really chaotic in my mind because it's about to be 1 year since I started my private practice, and also I'm doing a full-time job. And while I'm grateful for the opportunities that are coming my way, and the patient numbers that are now steadily increasing, and also for all the opportunities I get because of the content creation side of things, and just the advantage and just the privilege of doing your own thing and running your own practice, it is something that does get a little overwhelming, because at the same time you are not just a clinician, but you're also an administrative person, you're also the social media manager, you're also the account handler, you're also someone who's giving out salaries, you're doing inventory, and it is almost a continuous process. And I think there are many things that I'm doing wrong. I'm sure there are some things that I'm doing right as well, but I guess so there is this thing, right, that you don't go for goals but you go for systems. And while in my organization we have been trying to make these systems, I don't think we've reached that point yet where our systems are standardized. For example, if a patient query comes in, the steps that have to be followed, what happens when a patient has not followed up for 2 weeks for therapy, what is the system around that. Though these things do exist on paper in the organization, there is just no system around it to ensure that this happens. And I'm just starting to learn how to bring this change, how to bring feedback into the loops, how to sort of change our communication style so that things are more reflective, things are just more closed loop communication, and tasks just don't disappear in the air, but also something does happen of all the plans that I make with my team every day. But I guess the real challenge of being a clinician, especially in psychiatry, and also doing your own sort of thing, is just the mental toll that it actually takes on you. Because a practicing psychiatry is not easy. I feel the occupational hazard with so every job comes with an occupational hazard. um, if you are doing a physically laborious task, there might be the hazard of having physical injuries or having falls. And similarly, if you're doing a lot of mental work with your patients, you do have the occupational hazard of having a lot of mental health burnout and just feeling very drained at the end of the day, even if you don't see a lot of patients, because every patient will come with shockingly personal stories, and some would be okay, routine. Not all of them would be extremely disturbing, but there will be things, because you don't know what the patient is going to say next. You don't know what detail they'll give you next, and sometimes I'm just taken aback, and it takes me about a second to sort of digest what has been said or what has been shared to me. And often it is just because of confidentiality and just because of ethics of it all. Obviously, I do not really get a space to talk about the specific details that the patient shared with me. So I guess for all mental health professionals, we do get we are often at the receiving end of a lot of personal and traumatic information, but which at the same time is just um, there is no real outlet of it. And I have been trying to create that outlet, but that's also been difficult, because I guess the only way I know to be creative, at least right now, is writing and shooting content and making videos. But I guess that also sort of because of my competitive self, I do get stuck on the number of views or on the comments, or is it working, is it not working, what's like the strategy that we do here. And it's been hard to sort of relax and also not talk about my job and not talk about the patients that I see. And also, I guess this past 1 or 2 weeks have been particularly heavy because I've had a lot of patients who have been on the bad receiving side of like the consequences of patriarchy or the consequences of casteism, or have been just at the receiving end of a lot of abuse. And there are some days where more than one person would come up with a very personal story, which has been difficult to hear and hold space for. And the only fear that comes to my mind is, what if I do not have the capacity anymore to hold this for them, or I do not have the capacity to listen more of what they have to say to me. And I hope that point doesn't come early or it doesn't come soon, but it is something that I am at risk of, and that every mental health professional is a risk at for until and unless we find an outlet for it. And I've just been trying to do that, and just having a slow Sunday yesterday made me realize how many times I wanted to go and check my phone and see what that patient sent. Did they send me a prescription or not? Or did this person tell me about their side effects or not? Or did this person take their therapy session or not? Or just I had to read this thing. Can I just do it now quickly? But sort of actively stopping myself and stepping out of my sort of clinician's mindset is just something I guess I realized yesterday was actually super important. Although I don't think taking every Sunday off is feasible for me, or for rather anyone of my age, especially because we're trying to build things from the very beginning. But I guess having 1 or 2 hours every day where I'm not talking about others' mental health, I'm not talking about psychiatry, I'm not talking about psychology, I'm not talking about my practice, not thinking about accounts, not thinking about the operational side of running this clinic, but I am actively doing something which ideally should be physical, or which is just something which takes my mind off this, is extremely important. And I haven't been really good at compartmentalizing like that, and taking that time out, but is definitely something that needs to be done from my side, because I have seen this with my colleagues, and I can now somewhere see it in my own self, even though it doesn't still show in my patient results, that I need to build a system around how do I sort of um, detach, and how do I compartmentalize as well, and doing this consistently and regularly, so that I don't take my clinics or my centers things home, and I don't take my patient stories home, which is again something which is more of a skill that needs to be learned over time. But I guess one way that I found a relief in, or sort of a one caveat that I found where I could not think about patients and psychiatry, is doing the administrative work for the clinic and doing all the finances. But then that also brings up a lot of emotions and a lot of tensions about, oh, are we making enough money? Are we going to sustain this? How do we become better? How do we get more patients? And just strategizing, which is also something that sometimes I do need to take a step back from. And then I realize that when I've not really thought of it for a long time, then something will click in, and it would usually be a good idea. And as it happens, as we know, it would be a better idea than if I was obsessively thinking about it. So yeah, I don't know, man. I sometimes feel that there should be a forum for things like this. There should be mentors for um, things like guiding us through the day to days of being a clinician, not the clinical skills, but like the soft skills, and just how do you actually take care of yourself as well and all this time. But I guess we're far away from that because we don't really talk about feelings as doctors yet. We're far too uncomfortable in doing that as of now. But I really do hope we become more comfortable talking about emotions, specifically as mental health professionals, as psychiatrists. This could be one uh, sort of area in which we could lead the other health professionals as well. I don't know, this was just me thinking out loud, probably. So thank you so much for watching, if you've been watching till the end, and please do subscribe and like and comment.